Okay, we're gonna get Felicia in here really quick and then head over to the debate. Yep, there's the super producer. What's going on, Haney?
Hey, so I just got 2 messages saying I can't view the discussion. So I don't know if you have the Facebook page up, if anybody was there.
Yeah, no, I mean I had to redo the link, so they can't see it on Facebook. They would have to come over to the YouTube channel, which I left the link.
Yeah, the one person said she went on the YouTube link also, and she didn't.
All right, but it's there.
It.
We there. She should see us right now. I'm seeing it on YouTube. We on the YouTube channel as we speak. So we're here. Where'd you go? Felicia Haney.
I had to respond to the messages.
Okay.
I got to tell the people what to do.
You had to disappear to do that? Anyway.
I had to go into my Instagram to respond to the message.
Okay. So, what'd you think? What'd you think?
I thought it was a good movie. Overall, I enjoyed it. It's a little bit different than what you're used to seeing. So I enjoyed that part. I I felt like the mama wasn't really feeling it. Mama wasn't really feeling it. She ain't even seem all that excited when he came home.
You think Fox wasn't that happy?
No, not Fox, her mama.
Oh, her mama definitely wasn't feeling it. We have somebody joining us on the link. We're gonna bring somebody in. Her mama definitely wasn't feeling it.
Mama was not on it, okay? She
side-eyed. She was giving old boy the side eye.
She was like, I don't know him. She might as well would have been like, you could have just stayed in there for all I cared.
Oh yeah, the mama wasn't. She wasn't, but she had made some comments during it. But I thought, okay, who do we have on here joining us?
Hey, it's me. How you all doing?
Who is me? Who is me?
Connie. How you
Connie
doing?
Perone?
Yes.
Okay, cause see, this says something different. This your alias name?
It says Consuela Austin.
That's my other name.
That's your Wu-Tang. That's your Wu-Tang name.
She must be calling from her bat phone. Okay.
No, that's funny.
Yeah.
No, that's my business name. So I'm calling. Usually I do Zooms from my computer, but I'm on my cell right now. I'm in motion.
Okay, well, just in case people hear, we have filmmaker, alias Connie Perone.
Let me see if I can go in here and change it real quick.
You can actually just hit that little 3 dots and it'll say, rename.
Let me. I forgot all about that. But you know what, you all? I mean, that was a very good film. I'm really touched. That was powerful.
And what I wanted to ask Felicia and Connie, what did you all think about the black and white aspect of it? And a lot of those home movies, they were so close to her face. I mean, it gave it a texture of like we were talking to her, in my opinion. But what do you think about the closeness of the home movies and the black and white? Felicia or Connie?
I mean, that's why I said it's just something different. Connie wasn't on. We first kind of started talking about it when we first jumped on here, but it just gave it a different feel, like you said, the whole, just not only the black and white part of it, but the way that you were just it seemed like you were just up close and personal and right there with them. Like almost like you're just right there in the room while she's making these phone calls,
Right.
So I enjoyed it.
I agree with you, Felicia. What was powerful to me about the black and white from the very beginning, I was okay, this is going to be good because most people don't use it. And then the whole thing with the documentary being called Time, it added this timelessness to it that allowed you to step back in the past and still not feel disjointed by the present. So it added a nice timelessness to it, and it was powerful by the end. I don't want to give the end away quite yet, but I think the black and white was just aesthetically just powerful because it lets you know that time stands still, when people are in prison. And then like one son, I think it was Justice, said, it's been a long time. So you felt like that you were in it with them. I felt like it lasted longer than the hour and a half. Right. I felt like we had been on a real journey with them, like we were waiting a long time. And I think the intimate close-up shots of her, it did make you feel like you knew them. I walked away feeling like I just left somebody that I knew.
Right. Like you've seen them, you see the shots of her when she's actually pregnant, when she said he was sentenced, she was pregnant with these twins, and then they're like 18 years old,
Wow.
It's crazy. So it's you literally kind of, she just documented them growing up, and the harsh reality, like she even mentions, that they don't even know what it's like to have a father in the home.
Right.
And like when I told her, when I interviewed her the other day, that we see her, she's a youngster, almost a young woman when this film starts. And we see her through adult womanhood, where she's like a grown-ass woman, as the film. We see the kids, they're little bitty kids. Next thing you know, they got beards.
Right.
And so, you're right, Connie. A lot of time passes. And so I think that it's apropos as a double entendre.
Right.
The title, Time. Obviously, he's doing time, and they both did time. But I would only hope, if I get thrown in the lockup,
I know
that my woman would hold it down.
Don't ride for you like that. My goodness,
man.
That was powerful. I'm gonna tell you, like, this was powerful on so many levels. This piece will resonate with anyone, because we all know someone who's gone through this. And it's so powerful when you look at just the perspective and the foresight that she had being so young. How did she have the strength and energy and time with 4 kids, raising them? She was in prison as well, but how did she have the foresight to just pick up that camera and keep recording?
Right. And I asked her that during the interview, and Rob was saying that, she was doing that before. She was doing that through their entire relationship. Just filming them, making home movies. That's why, you see them riding around in the car, which is, the trailer on the poster, they're kissing. But he said that she just filmed, and I guess she just kept it going all through. Now, what I will say, Felicia, now how many times, now we know, Connie, I don't know about you, but I know me and Felicia have talked to some people that was on vacation. And how many times have they called you collect, and then you looking like, oh man, I gotta take another collect. She was waiting. She waited. She was dutiful.
Right.
Taking those calls. I mean, and that was a long time.
Hey, my cousin went away on vacation and kept calling my house. We kept accepting the call. We had our own phone line growing up, right? Me and my sisters. And different from my parents' line. So he would be calling our phone, and we accepted. And guess what? That bill got so high and that phone got cut off. My mother said, y'all, I don't know what y'all gonna do.
Right.
She said, y'all can ride, but
Fox didn't even blink, make a face. She took the phone call from her husband. And it was powerful. I mean, it's a documentary, but that's a testament to Black love, for real.
Absolutely.
I think you're right. It is a testament to Black love, but then at the same time, like, I had to question myself, like, would I wait that long? And how did she wait that long? And then I was like, it kind of has this wonderful kind of like Bonnie and Clyde, but a happier ending because Black people do things a little bit differently type of thing.
Right.
And for her, because she was a part, I think, you know, I don't know her personally, haven't talked to her, but I think that what made her stay committed is she felt like responsible for him being there. So it's like, you know what, I helped you come up with this concept of robbing a bank. I dropped you off. I was a part of this. And because of that, now I'm just gonna ride with you because I don't have a choice. Like I love you, and I feel horrible that you're in the situation. So we're gonna ride it through together. I mean, I think that has something to do with it too. And then the fact that they seem to be really very smart and in love people prior to all this.
Right.
Now I do have a couple of questions though about it. But again, I did think this was a great film. And I will also say that I just felt like she was just this amazing pillar of strength. And I could just really connect with her on certain moments. When you look at her, it's like this, you know, this pillar of strength. But then she'll go into you know what I mean? These people was, you know, she'll have her little moment, her break, but then she like, all right, what's next? You know what I mean? It was just like, yeah, it pisses me off. You know, I'm tired, but you know what? I'm not going to dwell on that. And like Chill said, she went to prison herself, but you didn't really hear her talk about that much in the film. She wasn't dwelling on the fact, or she wasn't a woe is me, like, well, you know, I did my time, and you know, she mentioned it. She said you know, she had to go to prison, what have you, but it wasn't about her at that point. You know, it wasn't about
she did.
her
I mean, she did 3 years. That's not a cup of coffee. That she did 3 years. So, and probably Felicia, that's why her mama was looking like that, because her mama had to hold the kids down for 3 years.
Yeah. I was telling Chill, Connie, before you came on, I'm like, mama wasn't really feeling Rob Rich.
No.
She wasn't really feeling him, even when he came on.
And then, you know, I was like, that is a powerful shot. I don't know how the camera guy got there at the right time, but she had her back turned to him, and she looked over her shoulder and was, you know, gave her nicety finally to him. But I was like, wow. Yeah, she was like, you know, he came and went. I don't really know that much about him. What was beautiful is what really touched me, because in stories like this, you always see kind of like the side of us that can get kind of ugly.
Right.
And so she kept her tact about herself. She let you know how she felt without disrespecting her daughter and their relationship. And I thought she was just she reminds me of so many women that I know, that I grew up going to church with. They just have a poise about them. They don't like things that go down, and they'll make a comment just enough to let you know how they feel without going all the way there.
So one comment she made that comes to my one of my questions I had about the movie had to do with one comment that the mom made when she said that he didn't take a plea. Had he taken a plea, you know, she was like, her daughter took a plea, and where's she at now? You know, she out here, and he didn't.
Right.
So to me, that was a little odd. I was wondering how they came to that consensus, like that she was going to take a plea. Did they not make that up together? You know, did she just decide she was going to do that? Did he tell her to take one? And what made him not take a plea?
Right. That's a good question, because I was like, well, I thought they would have brought that up, and they didn't. But that's a really good question.
Because they didn't go
how
into...
did you end up with 60? Gee, 60 years.
Right.
Like 60. He got 60 years, man.
And they didn't... And that's another thing I wish they would have gone into a little bit more, was the actual robbery situation. I mean, you know, she talked a little bit about it, said how she dropped him and the nephew off. Then you never heard nothing else about the nephew. So we don't know if he got sentenced or did anything as well. But kind of, I just needed a little more detail on what happened. I know that wasn't the premise of the movie. You know, it was more so about the time that they've spent over these years and, you know, getting him out and all of this. But I just wanted a little bit more information on kind of what happened, how they got there.
Valid.
I need to know where they plan went wrong.
Yes, that's what
because
I'm waiting
if
to see.
we plan like a chill talk robbery, we need to know where they messed up at. Felicia,
where they messed up at.
You need a Ronald Reagan mask, like set it off.
I ain't getting 60 years. So where we mess up at and how chill you get 60 years.
Right.
Hey,
but
no.
Did you ask her that when you interviewed her? Did she elaborate on any of that or no?
No, because they only gave me, and you'll see the interview, but they only gave me, they say they give you 5 minutes, and after you ask 2 questions, they wrapping you up. It's like, okay, it's almost over. So I between the both of them, just ask him about the film. So we didn't get into that, but I did get a chance to, to ask Rob, how he felt, because we don't really get a chance to see. We see her on the outside a lot during the film. We don't know if he was in there getting beat up or, we don't know what his circumstance was on the inside. But what we do know, and with me talking to him, he seems to be well adjusted. He seems to be going on and happy about his life. And I don't want to give, too much, but his spirit was good when I spoke with Rob. And
so what year was this? I missed the year of the release. Was it in the film? I didn't see it on any of the timeline. Or
I don't
anything.
think they said
the year of the what, man? Don't spoiler alert.
I'm sorry. Oops. The release of the movie.
Oh yeah, the movie comes out Friday.
Okay, got it.
It'll be out. People can see it here at Cedar Lee.
Well, it had to. Okay, I don't want to. Okay, yeah. Well, I guess if you do the math, I don't know if you remember. She said that he was sentenced in 1999.
Okay.
And so he was sentenced in 99, and I think it was like 21 years or something like that.
Yeah, he did a long time. And I didn't have time to ask her, but also wanted to ask her who was that voodoo woman she went to see? What the hell was that about?
With all them bells and stuff.
That was like in between some Creole, Cajun, Hindu, voodoo.
Yeah.
Mix.
But I think I could be wrong, but because my husband's family's from Guyana. So it kind of reminded me along the lines of like what they would call a spiritual bath, where, you know what I mean? Where, you just release all of that negative energy. I didn't see any water or anything like that, but it kind of, the bells and just the whole, it kind of was very much along that line of like a spiritual cleansing bath.
I wanted to ask, but I was running out of time. Oh, and real quick, Felicia, Sean is on the chat. Well, I don't know if he's still on the chat, but he was on the chat. He wanted to know what your nickname was. I mean, I just didn't want to give out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't just want to, to give out the information, but he wanted to know what you did.
Unless he addressing a book to me and sending it to my nickname.
Right. So maybe that's why. Maybe he's sending you a book. Could be. So I don't know if you want to give him your nickname or not.
It's the BEECHIE.
BG. Okay, we'll let somebody else in the room really quick. As somebody else comes in the room, I'm not sure who this is. Hope it's nobody I owe money to.
Better hang up quick.
Chill, where the hell my money from 1995?
Miss Walker. There's somebody important.
All right, Miss Walker, are you on there with us?
Hey, yes, I really, really enjoyed this. Thank you for the opportunity to allow me to view.
Okay, do we know who you are? You a secret listener?
No, I'm trying to get situated here. I'm sorry. Let me turn the TV version off now that I have the Zoom link.
Yes.
Are you new to Chill Talk?
Yes.
Okay, well, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome.
And I'm so glad you're able to check out the film.
How did you come about getting a link to the film, and how did you hear about it?
Miss Felicia on Instagram. She gave us all the opportunity, and whoever took advantage of that, was able to get this viewing treat.
Way to go! Way to go!
Cool.
So you were in your overall opinion of the film was what?
So I was listening to you all, and I agree. I wanted to, know a little bit more of the story. Why didn't he plea? Show us some live footage of the real when you all got arrested. Things like that. Give me an inside scoop as to if anybody got killed, anybody got injured. Was there any weapons? I know you mentioned aggravated robbery. Just a little bit more about that portion.
Right, because you would think something had to happen extra to get 60 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe it's that nephew that they never mentioned again. Something happened with him.
Because we haven't even. Felicia, is the last Cooler Bandit still in jail?
To my knowledge, you know what? That's a good question. I need to probably reach out to them. I've kind of kept in contact with some of them from over the years. So what we're talking about, for you guys that don't know, is the Cooler Bandits. It's a documentary film that showed at the Cleveland International Film Festival, as well as the Greater Cleveland Urban Film Festival a couple years back. And it's kind of a local story. It was some gentlemen from Akron. Some relatively, kids really, they ranged in ages from like maybe 17 to 20. And they were robbing stores. They were robbing, like Wendy's and, gas station, things like that. So they dubbed them the Cooler Bandits because when they would rob the places, they would put the people in the cooler and then, rob it and leave. But every time they left, they would always make a phone call to the police and say, hey, it was a robbery on such and such. People are in the cooler.
They locked up in the cooler.
So nobody ever, no one ever got hurt during any of these robberies. Nobody ever got hurt. But one of them had a moment in court when he's being sentenced. I think he cursed out the judge or something like that. And this happened in 1991. He is still in jail today. To my knowledge, I never saw that he was released, but all of the other three, there's 4 total. The other 3 have been released, and he is still in prison. And
Rob Rich I'm not gonna say what happened to Rob Rich, but the Cooler Bandit, or one Cooler Bandit brother, may still be in there. Felicia, you're right. We do need to check on them because we were really involved in getting that information out about that film. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
And you were in contact with the one brother, and I went and spoke at the library in Akron and hosted the film there. And we were raising awareness for the one brother that was still locked up. And so we need to
still
check
there?
on him.
He's still there?
To my knowledge, yeah. Last time I had heard, he was still there.
And it was like, what, four of them involved?
It was 4 of them involved.
And all 3 were out on the street, except for the one.
Yeah, they all did between 16 and 20 years. And he's still in there, though, to my knowledge.
It amazes me that, and I think about my cousin whose niece was murdered. And her killer has been released within 15 years of her murder. It's unbelievable. But you have somebody still in prison, for robbery.
Who never even hurt anybody, though.
Right.
Right. I don't understand how that can be. And how
and this is another, but you know what, Connie, this show, obviously we talked about the Black love and the perseverance. It's a testimony about how you feel about the criminal justice system and all she had to go through just to get information from the secretary, from the bailiff, for the judge. So that was deep. But now I do want to ask Ms. Walker, after seeing the film, how did you feel? And because it was a big discussion about the look of the film. It was not your regular texture to a documentary. How did you feel about the look, the home, the interwoven home videos, and as well as the use of black and white? take away? Did it add? How did that relate to the film for you?
I love the black and white. I'm glad that they went with that option. It gave a richness to it in a way that it was you really got a timeless feel for it.
Yeah, that's that word.
You know, so I'm glad that they went with the black and white option. Right. And the home videos just added the integrity of it, the authenticity, just the realness. And I can appreciate a good documentary.
Yeah, the filmmaker told me, and I do want to say also what's going on to my brother. I believe it's Kofi Paisai from Kofi Paisai TV is checking us out and watching. See, I got the shirt behind me. When I talked to the director, she had started making this film and shooting this film and documenting this, and she didn't even know that Fox had all of that footage. She said one day in the process, you know, Sybil Fox Rich just handed her a big giant bag of footage, and she was like, "Hey, jackpot!"
Yeah,
like this just changed this from a short to a feature.
Wow.
So that was a gift, an unexpected gift for the director. So they were already making the film.
And I just want to give a shout out to her kids as well. I mean, absolutely. You know, don't know them at all personally, but you know, just from seeing them on this film, it's like, you know, to come from that kind of background and to be as successful as they are, you know, I just want to say kudos to them. You know, that they so it seems like they're doing really well.
I mean, it's not sufficient to say that they were well adjusted. They persevered. You know, like Felicia said, very successful, seem to be well-spoken, well-mannered, intelligent young men that, again, we see as little kids. Again, there's that time factor. And we see that one brother, and I'm not going to, you know, give all that information, but he did well. And as well as the other kids seem to have also done well. So, you know. So
let me talk about that real quick too, because Chill and I kind of had a discussion about this. I had not yet seen the film yesterday when we talked about this, but Chill had. And so he was saying, and I heard you say this, Connie, that she had 4 kids. But in the synopsis of the film, it says that she has 6. And I actually heard her mention that early on in the film, that she had 6 children. But I don't think I ever saw 6.
I didn't see 6 either. I heard her say 6, but I wasn't sure. I almost forgot that she said 6 because I don't know were they older? They had to be older if she waited. But I was unclear who the little boy was, if that was her grandson.
Right.
That wasn't,
because they looked younger than that little boy was younger than those twins. So that's why I was like, is that a son also?
Yeah,
I don't know. It was just a little confusing.
Hard to tell because when she at the beginning when she showed her stomach that she was pregnant, was that twins at that point?
Yeah, and it was 2 boys in the background, 2 little boys running around.
Okay, so that's why we
outside.
keep thinking it's 4 because the two little boys, and then she was pregnant with twins. I don't know what. And when Felicia said, well, she said 6. And I was like, well, I know she said they hooked up twice a month for only 2 hours, but I don't know, were they conjugal visits?
As they had some conjugal visits, I don't know.
And they only got twice a month for 2 hours. I'm just saying.
Then it was a photograph of her with just 4 boys. So, and then I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Okay, Miss Walker. If your man, I don't know your personal business, but if your man was locked up for 21 years, you riding with him that long, you holding it down for him?
See, I need to know some variables. Did I do the crime with you?
It's a lot of things in there. You got to weigh different factors.
She said, I need some variables.
Yes.
That's some real commitment.
Hey, 21 years, and she's a nice looking woman too. So
she was beautiful, gorgeous.
You know, not that weighs on, you know, her fidelity in the situation, but You know, I'm sure brothers was hollering at her. That's what I'm saying.
Then they got this. Well, I don't want to say too much about the movie.
I know it's
not too many
hard
spoilers.
not to say it. It's hard not to speak about it.
Yes.
Well, we done already gave the biggest spoiler away.
Go back and edit that out.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll take care of that. But you know, Felicia, we'll wrap this up so I can get on here and watch the rest of the debate and see what's happening.
Yes,
And,
I got to record now.
On.
Yeah, so
It was a great
see.
film. Great film.
I got it
Yes,
on in the
thank you for the
background on
opportunity.
mute.
All right,
So
well,
glad you guys were able to participate, and thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
and Ms. Walker, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube.
I did.
The YouTube channel. So we look for you on the YouTube channel and the Facebook.
Yes.
Find us on the Facebook channel.
And you know, I see you around.
Yeah,
I
we'll
see
see
you.
each other.
Is this one of your relatives from Cleveland Heights?
No.
One of the two? Is she one of your relatives? Is she from Cleveland Heights?
No.
Okay, all right. That's how Felicia gets
See,
down.
trying to catch me up.
All right. Hey, Connie, appreciate you joining us.
Appreciate the invite.
Miss Walker, appreciate you following through on us and giving us some good commentary on the film.
Like
Hey,
that.
I'll talk to you later. And we
Okay,
going up out of here, guys.
Okay.
All right.